Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com, and today someone reached out to me and they asked me about something that they'd seen in the media where the actress Gwyneth Paltrow said something that was really interesting. She was hanging out with Kanye and Jay-Z and Beyonce, and she took a picture, and then she tweeted the picture and said, "Niggas in Paris for real." And, you know, it's interesting because I think that there's a misunderstanding here that Gwyneth thinks that by referring to herself and the group of black people she's with as a bunch of niggas, that's cool, that's trendy, that's okay. And I guess for some people it might be okay. But I'm one of those people where I don't feel like it is okay. And I think that there are a lot of people who don't feel that that's okay. Um, One of the things that really came to mind was, I heard that Gwyneth was Beyonce's BFF and all this stuff. And I said, well, she's not my BFF. So I really think that we need to go in on this. Not necessarily on her per se. I think that there's a conversation that has to be had about whether or not we need to be elevating black people who are going around the world and proudly declaring themselves to be niggas in Paris. I don't think the word nigga has ever been so prominently used in hip hop since NWA, niggas with attitudes. Um, I think Jay-Z and Kanye can be credited for making tremendously good music. It's very high quality. But I think that there is a point, there has to be a line of demarcation. There has to be a point where we stop in hip hop and we say, it's time to get rid of the simple formula, the stupid formula. The stupid formula says, I'm going to rap about booty and bling and what kind of private jets I got, calling myself a nigga, how many black men I done shot, all these other stupid, ignorant, retarded things that black people like to discuss in music. I think that it's okay to rap about a lot of different things and a lot of things that define your life experience and not just stupid stuff. And I think that Jay-Z and Kanye, really have to be called out on this. This is disappointing. This is embarrassing. I think that it hopefully will create and stimulate a conversation where people will really assess what's going on in music and really talk about that. I mean, if you listen to some of the music, I remember there was a lyric where Kanye or Jay-Z says something like, "Have you seen the bitch in my home?" and talk about how fine his wife is. And then Kanye responds by saying, "Do you know how many bitches I own?" And so when you have women in the audience that are shaking their butts to this music, where you're talking about this woman who has really Beyonce, who's really carried herself in what I think to be a relatively respectable way for the most part. I mean, she's done some shady, shoddy stuff, but she's not skank. She's not somebody who has embarrassed herself or her family in public. She got married, then had her first child, which right there it makes her a trendsetter, unfortunately, that she got married before she had a child. And your husband's going around the world making money by talking about the bitch in his home. Well, when I get married, I will never refer to my wife as the bitch in my home. She's not the bitch in my home. She's the queen of my life. And I think that I think a lot of people would agree with that. So I think that when you talk about what's happening with music and the way disrespect for ourselves, for each other, for women, etc., is sort of a standard par for the course. I think we really have to stop and say, okay, what's really going on here? You even look at an artist like Kanye West, who started off doing very conscious music, and he's been converted into a man who thinks he's a nigga. And so I think that we really have to have this conversation. I don't think it's a matter of necessarily getting angry at Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth seems like that white person who gets so comfortable around black people that she thinks it's okay to use the word. And the truth is, can we really blame her? If everybody else around her is using the word, then she's going to say, oh, well, this must be cool. I'm a nigga too. You my nigga. And other black people around her are validating this kind of thinking, this kind of language. Well, why wouldn't she think that it's okay to use the word? So I'm not angry with Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm more angry at Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Kanye for convincing her, as well as millions of other white people they're performing for. Remember, white people are paying these bills. White people are the ones who are paying you to go around and call yourself a nigga, to portray what they think is an authentic black experience, when really you look like a jackass. You're really out here taking what it means to be black and distorting it and magnifying it in a way that allows white people to cheer for you and give you money. It's no different from an Asian person going around the world saying, "I'd be happy Asian. I'd be happy Asian," like that guy in that movie Hangover. So long story short, we need to produce fewer niggas in our society and produce more black men. And I think that's the goal. And right now, that's not the direction we're going in. So again, I'm not mad at Gwyneth Paltrow, but she needs to learn that you don't try to educate yourself on the black experience with a bunch of people who consider themselves to be niggas. That's all I got to say. I'm gone. Peace.